Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angie. I'm really glad you're here. Today I am participating in the $5 Dollar Tree DIY challenge that's being hosted by Drea at Clueless Mama DIY and Rhea at Rhea's World of Ideas. And I will be posting the links to their channels in the description box below, so make sure you check them out. I will also include the link to the full playlist so you can see everybody's DIY projects. What we're going to make today is bows. I'm going to show you how to make bows, and it's really far more simple than it appears to be. It's one of those things that looks like it's going to be super elaborate and hard to do, but it's really not. I have 3 different patterns of wired ribbon. And these are the ribbons that I used on my Christmas tree. I will post the link to that. I'll put it in a card above. But these are the ribbons that I used on my Christmas tree. So this DIY project did not cost me anything at all. I already had these ribbons. I'm using a pair of scissors. I'm using some bread ties. You can also use pipe cleaners or zip ties. Zip ties, I think if you're going to make a very large bow, zip ties are the best. And then I'm also using one of these little hair clips. I don't know if you guys can see that, put up against my shirt, maybe it'll show, and I'll get a close-up of it in a little bit. And this will allow you to use the bow in a variety of ways. You can clip it onto a ribbon on a Christmas package, you can clip it to your Christmas tree. These can be as long or as small as you like. It's really up to you, and it depends on the size of the bow that you're going to make, and you can obviously trim these up also. So I'm just going to fold this over. Now this particular ribbon has a right side and a wrong side, so you want to make sure that you're paying attention to that and using the right side. You can see I'm not folding it all the way. That's actually a pretty large bow. I'm going to leave some hanging down. I want enough back here that I can grasp it firmly. You can do it like this if you want all of the tails. Either way is perfectly fine. You're just going to put it like that, and this is why wire is so good, because then you're just going to kind of scrunch it. So that's the size of the loop that I want. And now I'm going to pick up my next bow, and I'm going to do the same thing. I don't want those tails quite that long. Scrunch it up, pinch those together real tightly, and you can already see that we're getting a bow style effect here. This wired ribbon is not as wiry, if that makes sense. The wire is not as strong, so it's a little bit more difficult to work with, but it also gives that fantastic fabric type flow that you often want in a bow, and I like that as well. So then we're going back to the first ribbon, and just adding to it and doing the same thing. You want to pinch that center tight. That's what keeps that bow shape. A great way to make this a little bit more interesting is to use different colors, or I'm sorry, different widths of bows of ribbon. Y'all, it's early in the morning here and I need my coffee, so forgive me if I sound a little like I don't actually know what I'm doing. It's because I've only had 1 cup of coffee. And those of you who have been to my channel before know that I am a coffee girl. I need my coffee, and I haven't had a great deal of it today. So hang with me and know how to interpret and say what I mean rather than what I'm actually telling you. Isn't that the way of it for most of us, though? There's always that one thing. I have a friend who's a big Dr. Pepper fan. I don't drink soda. I have a lot of people on my friends list who are tea drinkers, which is really kind of cool. We were just having this conversation with my mom at breakfast, my mom and my husband's mom at breakfast this week. We are not really tea drinkers, but we like tea when we don't feel well. So there you can already see that's going to make quite an amazing bow. And then you've got all of these tails down here. You can twist them up, you can pull them up behind if you want to put them on a package. Now these bread ties are a little bit small, so I may need to put 2 of these together to get around all the width of these bows, but let's see what I can manage here. And this is where the fact that these are wire ribbons come in really handy, because they kind of hold their shape a little bit for you anyway. That's not quite as tight as I would like it, but you can see right away that you've got the bow shape. So then you're just going to go in here and adjust these and make sure that they're smoothed and rounded and not just flat. Like this one's pretty flat, so I'm going to open him up a little bit. You can, if you're going to use this on a package, then I would pull some of these up here. So you get these tails all around and it makes a really pretty full effect on your package. This is pretty. If you want to tuck these into a Christmas tree, you can bind these together if you don't want to cut them off. Or you can use these as, my kids call them poke-em-up-ems, and you poke them into the tree. You can use these as the stick part that will hold the ribbon secure and fill those holes in your tree. You can also cut these with the decorative edges to make the V-notch in your tails and put these on a garland. Here's my bread tie, and here's all my tails. You can take a smaller piece of ribbon, or you can take one of these ribbons and fold it in half and cover that up if you don't want that bread tie to show. If you're going to clip it to a tree or a garland, I would just slide that right through the bread tie like that, and then use that to clip it into place. There's no right or wrong to it. Just fluff it up, make it the way that you want it. Again, you can use different widths ribbon, different lengths ribbon. If you use fabric ribbon, something small, these are just great and super simple, and wire ribbon is inexpensive and you can find it just about anywhere. You can find it at the dollar stores, you can find it at the hobby stores, you can find it at the craft stores. You can find it really anywhere that you like. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you will check out my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and check out the playlist. I hope you guys stick around. A big shout out to Drea at Clueless Mama DIY and Rhea at Rhea's World of Ideas for hosting this fabulous $5 Dollar Tree DIY challenge today. I enjoyed this and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stop back, we'll talk soon.